Hey guys, I'm going to be talking a little bit about my ancestry and heritage before I get into the unboxing, and I'm kind of going to be explaining why I'm super excited to do this and what I'm going to be doing in the results video. And yeah, so if you're just here for the unboxing, I'll timestamp it. You can skip ahead. If you're not subscribed to me, hi, I'm Rachel. I do tarot reading. I'm a psychic. I am more specifically a shadow worker. So I work with trauma, helping people harness their pain and trauma they've went through and to transmute it into power. So if you want to do my look at some of my tarot readings, if you're interested, I will have my website linked below. I'm very into spirituality, obviously, as a spiritual teacher, so I'm going to be talking about my ancestry in terms of spirituality today. If that's not something that you want to hear about, either click ahead or just click off. Okay, so I've been wanting to do one of these tests for a long time. I had been putting it off because they are $99, and that's like seems kind of frivolous when you have a small business. As a small business owner and entrepreneur, I put all of my money into my business. Every spare dollar I have goes right into my business. So the thought of spending $99 on a test when that could be $99 worth of products, you know, I'm going to choose the products. So I just hadn't done one yet. But a few weeks ago, my brother randomly texted me, and he had done one. And he sent me his results because they were spicy. So we're going to get into those and kind of talk about how I have used my kind of the culture and folklore from my ancestors in my spirituality and how that helps me to connect to my ancestors. Okay, so don't play with scissors. My ancestry. So I am from Appalachia. I am Appalachian. I grew up near Cumberland Gap. It's pronounced Appalachia, not Appalachia. You should pronounce, out of respect, you should pronounce a word how the actual people pronounce it. Appalachia. Anyway, that's where my mother's family is from. From what I had been told as a kid, I had been told that my mom's father, my maternal grandfather, his ancestors were Irish, and my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, I was told that they were very, very poor, and we were just kind of like, you know, like nobody knew really. It was just, they knew there was some Cherokee somewhere in there. Being from the Cumberland Gap, everyone that is from my area, that has lived in my area for generations, most people have Cherokee blood. It's just the Cumberland Gap, before it was used by the settlers, it was used as a route by the Cherokee tribe. So obviously along the route, they would meet people, have babies, pass their genes on. So that is what I expected from that side. My dad is a German immigrant. He came to America when he was about 4 or 5, so I knew that side would be German. That's kind of what I expected the results to be. So my brother's results were actually surprising. So I'm just going to show you guys. I have photos. Fortunately, I'm filming with my phone, so I can't show you the text on my phone, but I sent screenshots to my tablet when I get a camera. Hopefully by the time I get the results, I'll actually have a camera so I can use my phone to show you guys, or I could learn how to edit and put these results up on the screen so you don't have the ring light reflection. Sorry. Okay, so this is what my brother got. We have British and Irish. So my aunt got really into Ancestry.com, and she tracked back a lot of our ancestors. So we did find out through her research that my grandfather, her father, my maternal grandfather, his ancestors immigrated from England in the 1700s. And she did find my Cherokee ancestor on my grandmother's side. It was further back than what we had thought, so this was expected. British, Irish, 44%, sure. 33% German, pretty much expected. Especially considering, you know, I'm sure some of my German ancestors probably met somebody from somewhere else in Europe, you know. Expected. Scandinavian, interesting, didn't know that one. Then we get into Southern European, so we have Italian and Sardinian, sorry if I'm butchering that. That is, I looked it up, it's an island off of Italy, so basically Italian. Well, you know, it's a different country, but same area. Okay, so that was surprising, interesting. Okay, you go back. Now this is the part that was surprising. So, after the Italian, we have African. So Congo and Angola. I looked up how to pronounce these. I try not to butcher everything. I grew up, obviously, Cumberland Gap, so I don't have a lot of experience in pronouncing the countries of the world. Very poor area, very uneducated area. Okay. So yeah, that was really shocking that our indigenous ancestry didn't show up, but African did. Had no idea we had African ancestors. So that was a little bit of a shock. Now I did do some research because my first thought was, well, humans originated in Africa, so everybody's gonna have African ancestry, right? Well, not if it's under 1%, it won't show up on the test. So showing up as 1.1%, that would have been about 5, maybe 6 generations back, tops, 1700s. So that's really shocking, and that's why my indigenous ancestry didn't show up, because that would have been less than 1%. So that really surprised me. And what's even juicier is that, so as a psychic, as a spiritual person, as someone that's very tuned in to my third eye, I listen to my guides, you know, someone that is connected to that. I knew that I had an African, I didn't know that they were an ancestor, but I knew that there was an African person as my guide, and I knew that I was connected to the god Ogun. I think that's how you pronounce. I tried to look it up, and somebody said it was Ogun, and I don't believe that that's the correct pronunciation. So I believe it's Ogun. If it's wrong, correct me and I will fix it. So back in October, you can go, I think that's around the time, when did I start? I think I started my channel in like August, September. I was really sick when I first started my channel, and I found out in October through my guides that someone had actually been doing black magic against me to try to make me sick, try to hurt me, hurt my dog, hurt my friends. It's someone third party, they're not connected to me at all. I've talked about it a lot in my earlier YouTube videos, so if you're interested, you can go look those up. So around that time, so a lot of people, so Ogun is a god under I wrote down the pronunciation, Yoruba, the Yoruba tribe. The Yoruba is a religion in Africa, mostly Nigeria, southern Nigeria, and bordering countries. So Ogun made his presence known to me, and through like warrior songs that are dedicated to Ogun. When you're doing any type of And again, this is a spirituality channel, so if you're just here for the ancestry, I don't want to hear it. Click off. Go find another unboxing video. If you are doing any sort of return to sender protective spell, it is very beneficial before you do it. You want to get in the mindset of I'll bust a hose head. You know, like you want to get into a mindset of I'm going to take this person down a notch. You want to get in a domination mindset. You know, if you're trying to manifest, you want to be positive. You want to be in a light. You want to be in a good vibration. When you're doing something to return darkness to a person, you want to be in a I'm going to fuck you up type of like headspace. So if you're going to do, best to do it on the full moon. Next full moon is on Monday, August 3rd. If you're going to do a return to sender, if you're going to do some type of like protective, you want to listen to like warrior music, trap music, absolute best, highly recommend. It'll get you in a good mindset to where you can channel that kind of anger and aggression into the spell. It helps it. So at that point in October, Ogun had started sending me warrior songs, and it was weird because one day I was listening to a manifestation on YouTube, just a random like meditative manifestation, relaxive. I think I was taking like a bath or something, and my YouTube randomly switched to an Ogun song, and it wasn't that it ended and it was the next up. It just randomly went to one, and then after that I started getting them like back to back. They would just keep popping up, and it was weird because I never looked into like the Yoruba religion is popular because of the goddess Oshun, and a lot of people really like Oshun, and a lot of people have said that Beyonce, some people believe that Beyonce is the incarnation, or she has brought Oshun energy back to earth. You can look into that on your own time if you want. Oshun. That's for people with African ancestry. If you don't have African ancestry, it's not relevant to you. You should look into your ancestors and what they believe. But anyway, at that time when I found out that someone had been doing dark work against me, was doing dark work against me to make me sick, hurt my finances, hurt my business, hurt my dog, hurt my friends, I was pissed off, obviously, and I actually really resonated with the Ogun and tribal music. I really enjoyed it. So I listened to a lot of it before I was doing return to sender spells. I still do. So this is just proof. I took a screenshot. This is on my private account. I have a business Instagram now. This is on my private. So if you know me, you can look this up. But I just screenshotted it to show you guys. I posted this in October. I posted an Ogun song. So he just made himself known to me and let me know he wanted to work with me, so I worked with him. And I added that song on there because I thought, well, maybe this is coming because somebody else is attached to this religion, you know, maybe somebody else's ancestors, and I'm just picking up on it because I'm a psychic and I can pick up on other people's energy sometimes. But anyway, it's fucking wild that that's actually part of my ancestry. So now I'm like, that's actually like what my ancestors would have worshipped. If you go and look up like Congo and Angola countries, they are right in that region that would have worshipped these gods that would have been a part of that religion. So that fucked me up a little bit, to be honest with you. That was a like, oh shit. So yeah, that's why we're doing this test. I'm going to see, so my brother did a 23andMe. I'm going to do an ancestry, and we're going to compare. We're full siblings. None of that jokes about my mom. My mom is loyal as shit. If you're into astrology, my mom's big three. She's a Scorpio rising, Capricorn sun, Taurus moon. That is like the most loyal signs, the most loyal combination. My mom does not fuck around with loyalty at all. She is like, I mean, people in the South, especially in smaller communities like Appalachia, family is everything. So don't make jokes about my mom if they come out different. I'm intentionally taking two different because I want to compare the two, and then also sometimes certain genes show up better in female or male. So my brother, and I don't know if this is true, my brother told me that he feels like he read somewhere that indigenous, more specifically Native American Cherokee, shows up better in female DNA. So we're going to unbox this and take the test today. And then when I get the results, I am going to show you guys. And I'm going to compare the two different so we can see what comes out. But yeah, I just thought that really blew my mind a little bit. And I totally think that it's worth it if you have the 99 and you can spring for it. My brother did the like advanced one with 23andMe, where he got like health results too. So that was kind of cool. I didn't because I was like, my brother already did. Obviously our DNA is going to be the same. I think with ours, it all came out that we don't have any type of predisposition. We actually, our genetics are predisposed, help me, I'm fumbling my words, more likely to be elite athletes, which I don't know what happened to us because neither of us are elite. But also cool to know that I don't have any like hereditary diseases hanging out there. But I think knowing the like folklore of your ancestors is really cool, and you have to look beyond Christianity, because Christianity, unfortunately, you can, if you're a Christian, you know, no shade to you, but it's a settlers religion. It was forced on everybody, so that's the reason it's the most well known, is because when through war and genocide, it was forced on everybody. So unfortunately, I felt very in touch with my Native ancestry as a child. My favorite movie as a child was Pocahontas. I got super obsessed with it, especially like hearing from my family that we had Cherokee ancestry. I had a costume and moccasins that I insisted on wearing all the time, and I got really into trees like the mother willow. I found a tree at my grandmother's house that I would talk to all the time. I would spend a lot of time hanging out in trees. I felt very, very connected to wildlife, very connected to the earth. And unfortunately now, I recently tried to look up, and I'm sure I could dig a little bit further. I just did a quick search, just trying to see what were the actual like religious beliefs. Well, you know, beliefs of the Cherokee tribe. When you look it up, unfortunately, it's Christianity. And that's not because that's what they like originally believed. That's because there was a genocide and that was forced upon them, which is very sad. So I'm sure I could find more, and I will eventually. It's just I have a lot going on right now. I can only do so much with my brain. But if you have like my German side, for instance, my Omi she was very into Fae, and she would talk a lot about elves, and a lot of that area in Europe believe in Fae very heavily. And I think the Fae are super cool, and I absolutely believe in the Fae, especially like my relationship with trees when I was little. Tree spirits are considered part of the Fae. So my Omi's story, Omi is slang for grandma. It's Oma. It's Omi. Okay, I'm gonna call her Omi, deal with it. She would tell me when she was little that she would go out into the woods around Germany and spend time with the elves. And her one story was that one day she was trying to collect berries. Her mom needed them for like a pie or something, but she kept eating them out of the bowl, and eventually she fell asleep in the woods. When she woke up, her little bowl or like bucket, whatever, was filled with berries, and it was the elves had done it for her. So she would tell us these stories all the time when we were little, and she had little like figurines, she had little like fairy houses that she liked, and I loved hearing those stories when I was little too. And it's funny because I watched the new Will Ferrell movie, I think it's Eurovision, something like that, on Netflix, with Rachel McAdams. It's actually really cute. It's based in Iceland, and they talk about elves. The elves are like kind of a center point in the plot, And I thought that was really cool because that is what a lot of people believe there, and it's kind of shows like folklore, like making offerings to the elves, having the elves houses. So if you are of European ancestry, look into the Fae. I will link a YouTuber that talks quite a bit about the Fae in the description below. I just recently found her. I think she's really cool from the videos I've watched of her yet. So if that's what you're interested in. But I think it's really actually cool if you're into spirituality to look into what your ancestors beyond religion, beyond Christianity, because that's settlers' beliefs. It was forced on people. You've got to look at like what they initially worshipped, what they initially, you know, before any settlers, before any type of religion was forced, what was the spiritual beliefs of that. So, okay. Anyway, we're gonna unbox. I'm gonna see if I can do you guys down. Might not be able to. Just stick over here. Okay, we've opened it. This is my first unboxing, guys. So it comes with, I'm not going to show you my code, obviously, don't look at it. Okay, so it's instructions how to activate your kit. Okay, so next we have our collection bag. This is our tube for spitting in, great, and the return box. Cool. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we've got to fill it up. This is the tube. Ooh, this is the tube. So this is the stabilizing fluid. Okay, so what we're gonna do is spit in the tube. I am not gonna spit on camera, guys. That's disgusting, and there's perverts all around, so I'm gonna try to spit. My mouth is kind of dry, I'm dehydrated. Okay, hold on. This is disgusting. Ew. You gotta do it and like to the whole line. Do you think there's gonna be any of my like water in this? Okay, so is that enough? I always have trouble, like, do you guys have to, like, you know, when you go like give a urine sample, I can never get it to the line. I mean, I like can normally, it's just like the pressure. The pressure of performing. Okay, is that? I just want to make sure I put enough. Okay, it's my spit, guys. Ew. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the cap off. Oh, it has my lipstick all over it. I'm glad that that was removable. Okay, take the cap off. Screw the enclosed, so screw the stabilizing fluid. Did I put this on right? Oh God. Tightly to release the fluid. It's not releasing. Am I not doing it right? It's not releasing. How tight does it have to be on there? Guys, please help. Okay, there it goes. Oh God. There it goes. Ooh. Okay, we've done it. We did it. Okay, tighten to release stabilizing fluid. You know what it works, blue solution. Okay, shake for 5 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Okay. Shake a little extra. All right, we gotta put it in the bag. I have to like reread 20 times because this was 99 bucks. I'm not trying to do it wrong. All right, we've done it. Make sure I put it in the right way. Is this in the right way? Okay. All right, we've done it, guys. We did it. Congratulations, everybody, for a job well done. So now we're just going to send this in, and when I get the results, I am going to do a side-by-side of my brother's results versus mine. We're going to see if it comes out the same or if I get anything else. So, what a journey. What a journey. Let's see if there's anything else I need to tell you guys. This has been kind of, I actually wrote down notes so that I could remember what I wanted to say. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But I think it's cool, right? Knowing like your ancestors, it helps you connect to your team because you do have members of your team that are not connected to this lifetime. They're from other lifetimes, you know. They're, I don't know. They're people that you've been connected to. They're like parents from your last lifetime that didn't, you know, like children from your last lifetime. People you've been connected to, like soulmates that didn't incarnate, that decided they wanted to stay up and help you, guide you this lifetime. Sometimes like your twin flame doesn't incarnate with you. If you have a twin flame, they probably did this lifetime, but you know, other lifetimes, you know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of spirits and souls that you're connected to that aren't here on earth that try to help you and guide you throughout your life. There's angels. So trying to connect to them and figure out who's a part of your team really helps with your connection with them and helps you to receive guidance more easily, because the more that you listen to what they're telling you and you make an effort, they're going to make more of an effort towards you. If you completely ignore everything your guides ask you to do, they're just going to be annoyed with you and try to send you lessons. You know, the more that you show appreciation, if you want to set up an ancestor offering, to work with your ancestors, knowing what cultures they come from, what they believed in, what gods they worship, looking into those, especially if it's like a god that you want to work with. Like me, for instance, where my focus is more on shadow work and protection work, and that's kind of, I do a lot of manifestation and light work as well, and spiritual guidance, but you know, my shadow work is kind of like my sweet spot. So naturally working with gods that are not war gods. Ogun is a god of like iron, but you know, it's gods that are defensive. That is going to be a good connection for me. So if you resonate more with Ocean, that would be a god that you would want to look into, you know, just exploring kind of what the folklore, the indigenous folklore of where your ancestors came from, I think is awesome and great. And I really recommend, if you're European and you're don't have any like, you know, Native or African, look into Fae. Fae are really fucking cool, and there's so many of them, and like they're not like Tinkerbell fairies. The Fae include elves, fairies, spirits like tree spirits, gnomes, leprechauns. All of those are like actually things that people believe in Europe, especially if you go back before, you know, I can't remember the war now, but the like Christian whatever war, where they basically forced Christianity down everybody's throats. Look into what the indigenous folklore was. If you want to learn more about spirituality and how to expand your knowledge beyond what you've been taught through Christianity. I love Christianity. I grew up Methodist. I think there's really beautiful parts of Christianity, as there is with Muslim, with Judaism, you know, like I believe that there's beautiful parts of every religion, but I think that tying yourself to one religion really puts yourself in a box, because there's so much more to the world than what humans can make sense of. And when you open yourself up to things of light. Now I will say, I did have a client that mentioned this to me, and I just want to make this very, very clear. if you are trying to do like shadow work, if you are working with spirits and you encounter any type of spirit or entity that claims to be above God, that is absolutely a demonic being, and you need to protect yourself, and you need to seek guidance from God or spirit or source or your guides or angels. You need to sage your home. You need to check yourself real quick, because nothing is above God, source, spirit. Those words are interchangeable. Nothing is above it. So any type of entity that reaches out to you that claims that they are above God, that they're above Jesus, that is something very dark and demonic, and you should cut ties with immediately. And I want to be very clear about that. But, there are way more ascended masters than just Jesus. There are so many from different religions and different cultures and, tribes and folklore. There's so much more to just one religion, There's so much more, like, color. Stop making your life black and white when there's so much beauty to be had with color. So, anyway, here we go, guys. I will let you guys know when I get these. We'll do a comparison. Full siblings, brother, sister, male, female, 23andMe versus Ancestry.com. Who will be the winner? Obviously me. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.